Hey, what's going on, everyone? Gabriel here with Koala RC yet again, and I'm coming back to you with a updated video on the SCX24 that we unboxed in the previous video. Since then, I have done a lot of cosmetic changes to the SCX24, not so much internal as far as electronics and motors. Those are still, for the most part, the same. I have changed a few things, and we'll go over that in a little bit. But as far as the body, tires, wheels, shocks, chassis, a lot of the actual components has changed as opposed to what it was like when we had it all stock. Now, the stock SCX24 V3 did, like how we mentioned before, did come with oil-filled shocks, which did give it a little bit of a leg up in stock form. However, we have moving away from the oil-filled shocks and gone ahead and went to double barrel shocks, running no springs. No, take it back. We are running springs. They're just smaller springs. I believe they are from the stock V2 SCX24 shocks, but they do provide a decent amount of travel for the truck. So it does okay. We're not really looking to make it a competition crawler or anything. Like we said in the last video, this truck specifically is more geared toward being a scale build, and you'll see what I mean here in a few seconds, minutes, however long it takes. Why don't we go ahead and jump to the truck, which is now known as the Danger Ranger. If you follow me on YouTube, or I want to say TikTok, you may or may not have seen a short clip or sneak preview of the Danger Ranger already in action, a little bit in action. So now let's go ahead and take a look at it, see what we've done, what we've upgraded, what we changed, and what has come out of it. All right, everyone. So, like I said, uh, this is the all new Danger Ranger. So it does have a 3D printed I believe it's 96 Ford Ranger. Originally, this file I got from Colts 3D. I downloaded or purchased and downloaded it about maybe a year or so ago. Whenever I did get the file opened up on the Bamboo Studio slicer, I went ahead and measured the wheelbase for the JLU, and then just put a line. I want to say I put a line on the slicer bed, or the print bed, and I just basically shrunk the body to where the two middle points on the fenders matched the line that was on the slicer. The body does come in separate pieces. So you have the bed, you have the cab, and then you have the front end, the hood, and then the grill. It all comes in separate pieces. The files are extremely good quality, so I wasn't too worried about making it smaller and losing some of that quality. It did come out really well. Obviously, it printed a lot faster. Even the bed came out really well. It still has the the ridges, the wheel wells. Yeah, super nice. Really happy with the way it did come out. Unfortunately, because this is a shorter wheelbase, I did have to kind of modify the bed and the back of the cab a little bit so that it fit the wheelbase. And what I mean by that is I did take a portion of so the bed would technically be longer. I took a portion of the bed, the front portion of the bed, sliced that up or cut it, and then I meshed it with the cab and front end to kind of get or gauge where the wheels would land. I did still have some trouble lining everything up, but I was able to cut off the fender flares that come stock on the Ranger, um, and then was able to fit I originally had bigger tires. I had these tires, the Endura Swamp Claws. These are 64 millimeter. These are the tires that I have on my um other build, the MB24, and they're very good tires. They're very good crawling tires. Never had an issue with them. Nice and sticky, soft. Um, I was gonna put these on there, which is why I cut the fenders as wide as I did. However, when I did put them on, I didn't feel like it was scale with the rest of the truck. It didn't look bad, but because I want to keep the axles at stock width for this build to keep it more stock. So I went ahead and I bought these. These are Little Guy Racing, or no, I'm sorry. They're not Little Guy Racing. These are Endura Quattro tires. These are 56 millimeter, I want to say. 56 or 57 millimeter. And I put those on these deep dish multi-sided wheels. I don't remember what company these are, and I know I got them off of Amazon. But I had these originally flipped for the deep dish effect or the offset on my MB24, and I put them on here, flipped inward so that the deep dish is on the inside, and then you have kind of like a stock look on the outside in order to maintain that narrower axle width. And I think it came out relatively well. Very happy with how it came out. And then, yeah, so put those on there. Like I said, these are just, I believe they're Endura shocks. And they are double barrel, so they do have the tool stage. And then, like I said, I don't know if you could really see in there. I did put the shorter springs so you can see how it kind of moves freely when the shock is completely extended. So it stops right here. So I do believe these are the stock version 2 shocks that came on the SCX24. I do have a generic, I want to say it's Endura LCG chassis that I put on this just to kind of lower the stance a little more. And then I was able to put windows in for the 2 side windows. I did use a piece of Lexan that my one of my local hobby shops was nice enough to give me for free. And then for the windshield, just because the Lexan I had wasn't wide enough to cover top to bottom, I used a piece of plastic that I got from one of my kids' toys. They birthday recently had a bunch of toys. One of the toys was a Barbie and had plastic on it. And so I just used that. And then I went ahead and spray painted them on the inside to give them the tinted effect. So thought they looked pretty good. And I was really excited to be able to start putting stickers on it. Daisy. My wife's name is Daisy. And then these I thought were pretty cool. So McDonald's, I want to say was last week, was giving away little mini Crocs as toys in their Happy Meals, and we got 1 or 2 for my kids, and they had a little sticker sheet in there that had different. I have it somewhere. It's in a box, but it had different little, decals that were almost perfectly sized for SX24s. So I put one of those on there, and then also had the Daisy too. And then these decals I got from the MB24 sticker sheet from Use. So, and then the LGRP I got from the tires that I'm not using on this one, but I am going to use on this. This is a Forerunner that I just finished printing last night, I want to say. Super excited about that. I want to say it's a Gen 1, maybe Gen 2. Um, so yeah, those Little Guy Racing parts I'm going to put on here, or I might put these on here. Look like they might fit. Not sure. Up in the air. Um, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yep. So that's what those are going to go on, potentially. Now, getting into the internals. So the body's held on by magnets on either side. So 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. I do have headlights in there, and you can kind of see what that looks like. Sorry if it's bright, but it actually looks pretty awesome in my opinion. And as you can see, it's kind of a mess in here, but I do have an Emax servo for steering. I did end up getting the Endura MB100 ESC. I was originally going to put it in my MB24, but I couldn't find the room for it. And then I went ahead and I got an Endura receiver and transmitter combo. So I'm running that in here. And then stock transmission and stock motor, for right now at least. I do have the original battery that it came with. I'm running this one, even though it's a smaller battery, just because it fits a lot better underneath the hood. This file does give you the option to print hinges to open and close the hood. However, I just didn't want to deal with the hassle of it maybe popping off or flipping and, breaking or whatever the case. So I just glued it in place. But the nice thing about these magnet mounts is that they're on the side, so they just slide on and off. It is a little bit of a pressure fit, I guess you could say. You do have to kind of wedge the body in, and then it'll just pop right into place, just like that. One thing I did think about is, so if any of you are watching because you're into 124 skilled crawlers, you probably know 24 Yep. He's a YouTuber that puts out 24 scale content. He just put out a video showcasing a paint method that looked super cool. So you could tell on here, I printed it in gray PLA and then I primed it and I began to sand it. When I began to sand it, it gave me this weathered look. And I like that. I feel like it adds more to a scale factor. But the method that he used kind of gives you the same effect, except it looks tremendously better. So I'm on the fence on whether or not I want to do that. And then I do want to either paint the bed black or maybe like rhino liner black. Or I was thinking about getting the dimensions and then 3D printing a bed mat out of TPU, gluing it in there. I thought that would be pretty cool. Still on the fence about that. If you've seen the video that he put out, or if you already know that paint method, or any paint method for that matter, let me know in the comments what you think would look the best. I'm still on the fence, haven't made up my mind yet. With that being said, everyone, this has been the update of the SCX24 V3. Slowly but surely working our way to where we want to be. The next thing is going to be to add a bumper, as well as either a bed cab or camper shell or a bed rack that we can fasten little scale objects to, like shovels or jerry cans or whatever. Let me know in the comments what you think about it so far and what you think should be the next modification to it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the long rant talk. I'm still trying to figure this out and get a flow down. Please continue to watch. Follow me on TikTok if you're interested in watching where this goes, because it can go anywhere at any point. I might even print a different body for it. I don't know. I realize I like printing bodies. It's cool. I like, the challenge of getting the wheelbase to match. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Leave a comment. I'll read them all. I promise. Have a great rest of your day, night, evening, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. My name is Gabriel, and we'll see you next time.